Welcome to the 4-leaf kitchen display system. This is a kitchen display system that you can put on any browser-based device, whether it be a Roku or an Android TV, a smart TV, or a PC, and any kind of tablet. As long as you can have a web browser, you can use the 4-leaf kitchen display system. In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to create a display and then also how to set it up on your device. So once you've authenticated your account and signed up, you'll come to this main screen that has displays. Of course, hitting display will take you to create a brand new display. Now you'll notice there's a URL up here. This is the URL you need to save because this is what you're going to point your smart device to. Of course, we have much options that you can choose from. Display name, order types, which of course you can choose from order types that are already set up in your Clover backend. Order bump, locally, disabled, or globally. Order bump, what this does is if you have a touch screen or you have a USB bump bar, you can tell this display to only bump the orders off of this display, or globally, all displays. Take, for example, if you have a drive-through and a kitchen display. Well, in the kitchen, when they're done with their item, they may want to clear it off their screen, so you would set that to locally, and it wouldn't affect the one in the drive-through. But the drive-through display, you may want to set it to globally, because once the drive-through is done with the order and they clear it off their screen, well, the kitchen doesn't need it anymore either, so that'll clear it off of all the screens. Alert sound, you have a bunch of different options you can choose from to alert that display of when an order comes in. So if you hit chime and click the play button, you'll actually hear the sound to test it. There are many to choose from, or you can leave it set to none. We have 4 different layouts that you can choose from. You can also flash the order on the screen after so many number of minutes. So let's say after 10 minutes the order's taken too long, it's going to start flashing red. Auto remove order, if they forget it after an hour and a half, we're going to remove the order automatically. Then you can sort your orders by orders that came in first or last modified first or last. Last modified basically means if there's a modification to the order, it'll push it to the front. And then show order notes will display order notes up at the top of the box for that particular order. The next section is a bump bar. If you have a USB bump bar, you simply click inside each of these fields and press the corresponding button on your bump bar in order to set them to choose any of these options. The last section is your item visibility. You have 3 things that you can do here. If you click on the square, you can color code how that displays on the screen. Then you can click on the entire category. So if this is for the kitchen, well, they don't care about drinks. So I can click on drinks and knock out all of the drinks. But in the kitchen, as far as sides, they do deal with the mac and cheese, but not the side salad. So I can click on just the individual item as well. And so side salad would not show up, but mac and cheese would. And of course, this would grow based on all of the items that you have in the system. And then you hit save. This is going to create a new display. Now I'm going to go to one that already exists. So when I come back out here, I've got my hot kitchen. I can click on this link. This is the link. I can see what it looks like. This is the link that I would need to insert into my web browser on my device. And as you can see, all my times are expired, so it's flashing red. And I've got some items listed in each one of these. Now using my bump bar, or if I have locally turned on, I can hit bump and it removes that order completely from the screen. Or I can click on the individual item and also clear the screen. Now when you use the bump bar, there are up, down, left, right. Of course, there are buttons that will select the column. So bump button number 1 will choose column 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth and so on. Of course, you don't need to program all the way up to bump button number 8 if you're not going to have 8 items on the screen. So if you're only going to do a 3-item one, then you only need to do buttons 1 through 3. But then you can go up and down, toggle up and down, and it'll highlight the different items. And then of course you have your options in here that you could have set to bump the order or bump the item, like you see here. So in this example that I have set up already, programmed, there's the different orders that I can choose from. These are the keystrokes that the bump bar produces when I press the buttons. So as you can see here, I've got a 4, 2, 5, E. So I can go back to here, and I can choose one, and I have, let's see, my up and down is 4 and D. So I got 4, D, I can go up, down, whatever, and when I'm ready to bump the item, press I, or I can press E to bump that entire order. See how that works? So it's that simple, and right now this updates every 5 seconds. We are looking for a potential option here to be more live, changing as soon as it happens, as soon as an order comes in. But every 5 seconds it should update the screen with the new orders, and there you go.